On this episode, we're gonna talk about the social media state of the union.
Yeah, what the is going on out there?
Oh, shit.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Carlos here. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk. I'm here with my homies. You guys probably know this guy, Chris Cubby, because he's been on Real Talk now 3 times.
Hat trick.
And my homie to my right, Mr. Sean Ayala.
Thank you for just having me. I mean, I'm in the presence of greatness.
Yeah, this side. It stops here.
We are here, gentlemen, at Social Media Marketing World 2017. In fact, Social Media Marketing World 2017 just wrapped up a few minutes ago. So I gotta ask you guys, how do you feel after this conference? Just in general about the industry and about where things are headed. We'll start with you, Cubby.
I mean, first of all, it was a great conference. I think it was really, really amazing. It was my first time here, so I'm a Social Media Marketing World virgin. And I think that there was a lot of buzz about Facebook organic is down. Mm-hmm. Everybody was talking about that. I'm not actually seeing that at all, so I don't know what the f everyone's talking about. And then they were talking about what is gonna happen with Snapchat now that we have Instagram stories, now that we have Facebook Day. There was a lot of discussion about that. Live video was like, on everyone's lips was live video. So I think that's also like a really big thing, and I just got tons of value from this conference. I mean, I learned a ton of stuff, so I'm really excited and glad that I came.
Now, before we get into the details, and I want your thoughts as well, Sean, just put it out there for everyone watching. Last year, when Sean and I spoke at this very conference on Snapchat, the rooms were packed. Like, we had a panel that we were both on, and there was literally people sitting on the floor on the sides, people in the back. It was standing room only.
Well, remember they had to move us from one building or one room to the next.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was incredible last year. This year, I don't know what
This year, not so much. Like, the rooms were a little thinned out when it comes to Snapchat. But to your point, Cubby, everyone wants in on Instagram. Everyone wants in on Facebook, and specifically live video. So turning it over to you, my man, as someone who is a Snapchat creator, like, where are we at this point in time with Snap? To Cubby's point, we've got so many options out there between Instagram stories and was it Facebook Day? I haven't even. Messenger Day.
Have they named it? What the hell have they named it?
Yeah, no, it's called Messenger Day. So this is how I look at it, right? Like, I think once this start rolling out even more, right, and then there's Facebook Stories that's going to be introduced soon. I actually think for marketers, brands, and individuals, there's going to be a moment where we can actually focus on a platform and choose one and go all in, right? For me, I'm looking at Facebook. When that comes in, you guys, I'm going all in over there. Like, I just think there's power on
cool,
Facebook.
Man. That's interesting.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah, I'm going all in. That. So I don't know about you guys, but that's where I think
Anthony
everything's
behind the
going.
camera.
So
What's
all in? What's all in mean though? All in on like, you should already be all in on Facebook. It's the most visited and used social network out there.
So when I mean all in, like all in from a stories perspective, I want to go all in on Facebook because I think just overall, Facebook has the backbone to really support first creators, and then the ability for me to boost or post or reach an audience that I can't on Snapchat, right? Like, that's the challenge right now.
There's no tools for the creators in that regard, right? There's lots of advertising tools for advertisers and brands, but like individual creators, personal brand people, it's not there, right?
Hold up though. So I gotta stop you right there, because in theory, it sounds like, you know what, Facebook is most utilized, it's the largest social network out there, but you're also banking on your audience that's on Snapchat crossing over to Facebook.
I'm not.
No?
That's the thing. Nope. So when I started Snapchat, I had a 0 following, right? When I started Snapchat, I had a 0 following on all other social media platforms. So I'm looking at it as a way of jumping in on something new, something that's different and exciting that everyone's going to be talking about in that moment, just like Snapchat, right? And hopefully build momentum off of that to stand out with my creativity.
Yeah, be early.
Be an early adopter, and like stand out as fast as I can.
Now hold on, guys. Do you really think that the younger demographic that we're all speaking to on Snapchat is going to cross over to Facebook? Like, that's where I'm going with it. So let's face it. There's a younger demographic that like your content appeals to.
Yep.
There's like, we're a little bit older. I think we speak like to that business audience, but we're also speaking to like the up and coming marketers and people out there that like soak up our knowledge and our keys.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say, going back to that question, is do you really think that if you go all in on Facebook, that same audience is going to care care about Facebook and using Messenger Day or Facebook Stories like they're consuming your content on Snapchat?
That's a good question, because so I didn't really think about that. All I think about there's 1.9 billion people on Snapchat, right? I mean, on Facebook.
Facebook, yeah.
I mean, not a lot of them have been exposed to the story type element.
Right.
So
It's something new
open
for them.
game, yeah, something new. Like,
Well, Messenger is also skewed younger. So you can actually see that in the data that Facebook Messenger appeals to the younger audiences.
Right.
A lot of them might not be on Facebook, traditional Facebook that we know about, but a lot of younger millennials and also teens are using Messenger.
But they're also using Snapchat for messaging.
They're also using Snapchat, right? So, but I don't know if it's I think that you're onto something in the sense that, okay, are you so concerned about the young audience? If you're a brand that's after young people, obviously don't stop using Snapchat.
Yeah.
I think that would be a big mistake. Plus, I mean, you have so many abilities with geo filters and all that kind of stuff that you don't want to ignore. And it's so cheap to be in front of those people, but maybe not as using it as, all the time, snapping something all the time. Maybe they'll go a little lighter on that.
My standpoint is I think that you should definitely have a home base where
agree.
where the majority of your content, your quality content lives. So we were having this conversation, if you're a creator and you're trying to drive people over to Snapchat, you still tap into the other tools like Instagram Stories, Facebook Live, even YouTube to show the creation process of your content with the final product living on Snapchat or the final product living on a YouTube or an Instagram.
Yeah, but I think also a lot of brands will start, just taking stuff and putting it everywhere. We've created it in Snapchat or we've created it outside of Snapchat, which is what we're seeing now with Instagram Stories. So many people are creating these amazing animations, these amazing videos, because they can add it almost as native within Instagram Stories. I think you'll see that across almost all the platforms. You'll see, it's basically the same stuff. Where do I want to be? And they'll just use the same
Here's some real
content.
talk though, dude. People, from what I've asked in presentations I do, you guys saw it yesterday, no one's going on social media to look for brand content. They're using social media primarily to go ahead and engage with their homies.
Right.
Okay, so I don't look at the average consumer as someone that's going to be hopping around like we are as creators, platform to platform to platform, just to consume my content or any one of your content. I think that you have to force yourself as creators to use these platforms to ultimately broaden your reach, but the key is going to be to create content specifically for the audience that lives on that platform. And that's the challenge that not only creators face, but brands as well.
Yeah, but I mean, you could easily do that. Say if you're Taco Bell, right?
Okay.
You want to speak a different way to if you're Facebook, it's an older demographic, so it's about family maybe, right? For Facebook Day or whatever we're calling this. Whatever they're calling it, we're just so Facebook Day, they could be way more about family good times and bringing people to the restaurant for a good time for that.
Right.
And then for Snapchat, they're all about the younger demo, right? So it's after a party you got to go to Taco Bell, right? So they can easily start really working their targeted audiences depending on the platform.
I agree,
right?
and even as a content creator, when I say I'm going to go all in, I shift the way I storytell based on that audience, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, that's how I would look at it. I wouldn't go in straight with my Snapchat interactive stuff and go all in there. But I think there is room for me to or just any content creator to get in there and do what they do and focus on that audience.
How come no one's talking about House Party?
House Party.
Have you heard of House Party? Yeah.
I haven't been on it yet. Have you been on it?
No, I'm not in the demographic. I'm not in the demographic of the House Party users.
Right.
Are you familiar with House Party?
I am not.
It's kind of almost like a Blab, what that was, but on mobile device.
Yeah, you can have is it 5 people you
I think
can
it's
talk to, or is it
either 4 or 5 people.
Yeah. Is it
Our guy behind the camera is saying it's 7.
No, I think it's 8.
8.
I think it's 8.
Is it 8? Okay, I think they started with 5 and then they
And it's all the rage amongst kids though.
So let's go all in on that. Are we ready?
We're done with all the other platforms. Screw YouTube, screw Facebook.
Well, let's talk about YouTube.
Yeah.
So right here, we're creating YouTube content.
Yeah.
YouTube's a platform I know I'm jumping in aggressively. We heard from Sean Duras today. Talk about YouTube.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Snapchat, but he's killing it on YouTube.
But he's really killed it. I mean, the last year he's grown 1 million subscribers like this. He's been able to translate his Snapchat fame to YouTube. And I think that says something when you have probably one of the biggest Snapchat stars on the planet going hard on another platform, you got to sort of think, what's going on there? And he even said like Snapchat sucks, and that's because he's having problems with building an audience there, keeping that audience there. I know when Instagram stories came in, my views dropped in half, right? I'm sure he had similar sort of things. So I think that he's sort of maybe looking at the tea leaves and sort of is trying to diversify. So if you're out there, if you're on a platform like Snapchat, if you're on any platform, you have to diversify. I think there's something to be said about going all in with something. Like you said, I want to go all in, specifically get the growth at the early stages. But then once you have the growth, then you diversify and you say, okay, how can I pull my audiences other places so that I don't get caught in love with a platform that goes away. #Vine. So I think that's a really good learning lesson. We're seeing some of the similar things that we saw with Vine, not being very good for creators and having a little bit of trouble there. We're seeing some of that in Snapchat right now, and they got to get their act together if they're gonna keep it up.
Now, what are your thoughts, Sean? So you're someone that's worked with several brands on Snapchat. You're a very talented young man.
Thank you.
Absolutely,
Thank you,
man.
I mean, it's a moving world. I mean, everything is changing so constantly. It's like you can't keep up, right? But like when Sean Doris was talking today about how he went all in the last couple months to reach his million subscribers.
Yeah.
Like he said, he had to go in daily videos, hitting it every single day. So it makes me think about like how often we need to get in there to just build that awareness and just keep growing.
Which kind of brings us full circle that today social media has become a very noisy ecosystem. And I think you and I have even talked about this, on the record and off. Like, you have to be a self-promoter. Yep. You have to create a lot of content, and you have to be noisy as hell. I know a lot of people will talk on that, and they'll be like, "There's so much noise." Yes, there's a lot of noise, but there's crappy noise. And then there's like really good noise. It's almost like when you're in the car and like the commercial comes on and you flip the station to hear like the hot Drake song in the moment. Like that's the way I look at it. Like you want to keep like that club hit going, and you want people to keep hearing the music or the content that you're creating in this case, and not just turn you off and go to the next channel.
That's an interesting perspective, because I know you always show up in my newsfeed and I'm like, it's fire every single time that I do catch it, right? So it's not like I'm seeing everything that you ever post, but when it shows up, it's like, you're right, there goes Drake.
So now I gotta get you to comment, share, and like my content so you see more of it, my man.
Hey, I'm one of those lurkers, okay? I'm just a mentor from afar, that's all it is. But no, I know what you mean.
Sean, before we sign off, I want from each one of you guys, we'll start with you, Sean, though, a bold prediction over the next year. So we're wrapping up Social Media Marketing World 2017. Social Media Marketing World 2018 will be here in the next 365 days. So one bold prediction from you, what will change in the industry between now and then?
I think about instant storytelling, just this 24-hour destructive storytelling. I think that is probably going to be one of the top ones that really us marketers, brands, and individuals got to like figure out how to tell stories within 10 seconds and stitch them together. That's one. The other one is still live. I think about live.
Instant stories.
Yeah.
Make sure you buy that domain before this video goes live.
Let me get my phone.
It's like buy the domain.
Hey.
The 3 people watching, it's off limits for you guys.
It's gonna be a bidding war now. It's like, oh crap. Yeah, partnered.
What about you, Cubby?
Bold predictions. Dude, I have none. I'm so sorry.
None?
I have no predictions. I think that we're in such a weird, maybe not a weird part in social media, but I think we're in a great time where there's so much going on, and I think that you're right with there's so much noise, but I think that brands have finally drank the Kool-Aid a little bit. I'm seeing this on the agency side, like everybody is willing to jump in, and they're also willing to jump in on crazy stuff, VR, AR, stuff that was not on the table at all. They're now saying, okay, there's something to be said about being a first mover. So Facebook Live, I think a lot of brands have already actually even approached me, like brands that I never thought would actually do Facebook Live, and they're like, hey, help us figure out this Facebook Live stuff. So I think there's something really interesting. We talk about this a lot, culture and technology are one. Brands are finding that this technology thing, they got to get on top of it, and so I'm really excited about
I'll go back to what you said when we were in London at Snap Happening. It was the atomic bomb analogy.
Yeah.
My prediction is the atomic bomb is about to explode. And I think everyone drinking the Kool-Aid, it's about to be Kool-Aid hangover. Once brands realize you can't keep up, man. you don't have the resources, you're not staffed up to create all this content on all these platforms and do it well at scale. So I think what's going to happen is there's going to be a consolidation of social networks. I think brands are going to scale back, and they're going to go ahead and say, you know what, maybe Snapchat, there's no ROI there for us, we're going to cut it off. Or maybe there's no value in us using live stream on Facebook, so we're going to cut it off.
That could be the case. I'm not seeing that though. I'm seeing it the other way.
Seeing it the other way?
I'm seeing everybody wants to try out everything. So we'll see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Let the best man win.
Cubby, my man, where can the viewers out there learn more about you, and most importantly, where can they support you?
You can buy products from me. That's how you can support me. Send money.
You have hats
checks.
that you sell?
No, I don't sell anything.
You don't sell hats?
I don't sell anything. I need some personal branded swag. I need emoji rags. Damn it,
man. You need one of these.
Shout out to emoji rags. You can support me by supporting him. Just buy his emoji rags, and then you'll be all good. That's how you can do it. Done?
Sean, where can the followers out there, the viewers, where can they go to connect with you?
You can find me everything Sean Ayala, SeanAyala.com. That's where I am at.
Nice.
That's it.
Excellent. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. If you like this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button below. Give it a thumbs up, share it. Most importantly, follow my homies.
Watch this video twice. We'll get twice the views, okay? Just rewind it and watch it again.
And make sure you click on those ads that you see here on the bottom. I appreciate you. Peace.